ṣẹ́ẹ̀rì pé kájúbà ọba kọ́dá ayé ọba ṣẹ̀dá ọ̀run ọba àná ọba ìní ọba títí ayérayé kọrin kése ẹlẹ́bùrú ìkẹ́ ọba tó tó ní ipa tó kọ̀ tí ò pa ni tó ṣe pé ṣe ló ń pa ní mọ́ ọba tá a dágbére fún lọ́sẹ̀ tó kọjá wípé à ń lọ kábọ̀ tó tún jẹ́ kó ṣeé ṣe fún èmi àti ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ ètò yìí láti débi láyé láàyè àti láyé rere lénìí ọpẹ́ ìyìn ọlá oníforúkọ ọlọ́run ọba adúpẹ́ nítorí wípé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ òjò ló ti rọ̀ tílẹ̀ ti fi mú wíwà láyé tí wà láàyè wa lẹ́nìí kì í ṣe nípa ipá bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kì í ṣe nípa agbára bí kò ṣe nípa oore ọ̀fẹ́ ọlọ́run. Father Lord, we are grateful. We are grateful for the gift of life. We are grateful for health. We are grateful for putting us where we want to be. Olúwa ẹ gbọ́ pé kẹ́ gbà yín wa. Mo tún fàsìkò náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn ẹni bí ènìyàn bí èèyàn tí wọ́n máa ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí ètò yìí ní gbogbo ìgbà. Ẹ ṣeun ṣeun ẹ kú gbogbo ìgbà. Gbogbo olólùfẹ́ ètò ìgbéyàwó ẹ ṣeun, without you there is no ètò ìgbéyàwó. Mo tún fẹ́ fàsìkò náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn iléeṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ṣagbátẹrù ètò yìí pàápàá jùlọ iléeṣẹ́ Chorus Jewels and Laces, iléeṣẹ́ tuntun gbangba sìn lọ́yẹ níbi tí wọ́n ti ń taṣọ ìyàwó tó ti ń ta tọmọ ìyàwó tìyá ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni tí bàbá ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ tọmọ ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni aṣọ ìgbàlódé lẹ́fẹ́ ni àbí aṣọ tó ti jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti wà látayé báyé. Iléeṣẹ́ Chorus Jewels and Laces kódà wọ́n tún ní ẹ̀ka iléeṣẹ́ wọn kan tí wọ́n pè ní Ready to Wear by Chorus Jewels and Laces. Aṣọ tí wọ́n ti rán sílẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń tà ń bẹ̀. Iléeṣẹ́ Chorus Jewels and Laces ẹ ṣeun ṣeun, iléeṣẹ́ yóò ní jóná wọ́n yá máa ròkè. Mo tún fàsìkò náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ Lizelle Fabrics all the way from Dallas, Texas. Thank you so much Lizelle Fabrics, we appreciate your support week in week out. Mo tún fàsìkò náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ Celebration International Magazine. Mo sọ fún yín tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ráyè àwòrán tó ń dán mọ́rán, àwòrán tó jẹ́ wípé you see it today, you see it in 20 years time, it's still the same. Contact the amazing Celebration International Magazine. In fact, they have a section of their business that they do videos of photography, and if you want your event to be on magazine, Celebration International Magazine is who to contact. Thank you so much Celebration International Magazine for your support day in, day out. I want to appreciate the amazing First Rate Global. First Rate Global, their property investment company based in Shagamu, Ogun State. They sell all different kinds of building materials, especially blocks, solid blocks. You know, these days we hear about buildings that are collapsing. Please contact the correct First Rate Global. And if you want to buy properties in Nigeria, they will help you to secure a good one. Thank you, First Rate Global, for your support week in, week out. Also, the amazing Royal Vogue. My people, some of you are still not going to Royal Vogue. Go to their page. This beautiful one is coming from Royal Vogue. Thank you so much, Royal Vogue, for your support every week. We really do appreciate you. Yes, people, welcome back to this amazing show today. The beautiful show, the show that talks about weddings, traditional marriages, marriages generally, and also talks about lifestyle. On this show, we are pro-marriage. People say marriage is a scam, but on this show, we are pro-marriage. We do support marriage. We want marriage to prosper right from the beginning. And that's why I'll be introducing us to today's topic. Thanks to those that are already joining us already. Really do appreciate you. Please, people, do me a favor, as I always ask every week. The best thing you can do for me on this show is to please share the show. Tell people that the show has started. Remind people, share it, copy the link, paste it on your status or wherever. Share it with people. Let them know that the show has started. Because today's one, it's going to be another great one. I appreciate everybody. Hey, Fabulous Funky, thank you so much. DJ ASB, thank you so much for joining me. Instagram, thank you. Mommy Joanna Luko, thank you so much. Fumi Angela, thank you so much. Midday, God bless you. Becca's Touch, thank you. Please, if I missed your name, please do pardon me. Please remind people that the show has started. Please, I need your help in that area. Just let me copy, paste wherever you can to let people know that the show has started. Okay. Ẹ ká gbé àkòrí ètò tèmi wọlé. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé àkòrí ètò tèmi wọlé. I'm just trying to bring up the music. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody. Hey, Fabulous Funky. Olotuwa Ekweto, my good evening. Good evening everybody coming from Funky. Thank you, Fabulous Funky. I really do appreciate you. Okay, let's bring today's music on board. Let's enjoy it together. God bless you. This one is old school. Hey! emoji. Hey, mommy, look how they're going to Thank you for joining. Ìyàwó ká má fi síkò, ayé gbígbẹ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ó jayé. Come on, let's go there. Hey, Mama Yadele. Ìyàwó tí ẹ bá fi síkò, ayé gbígbẹ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ó jayé. Ó ṣe, come on. YouTube, where are you? Come on. Fabulous Funky. Mommy, hallelujah. Ìyàwó kan àbá fi síkò, ayé jíjẹ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ó jayé. Ó ṣe, ẹ ṣe, ọ̀rọ̀ ìgbà sùúrù o. Pàtàkì ìyá ọ̀gbọ́dọ̀ máa bínú mọ́. Àwọn ìjọba lọ́dún kan. Ìyàwó tá a bá fi sípò, ayé jíjẹ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ó jayé. Deji Gentle, thank you for joining us. Hey, thank you for Sikiru. Oshe, let's go. Come on, I can't sing that emoji. Some people don't understand the old school music. This music is powerful. Thank you so much. Malabosi ayé agbọ́. Ìyàwó ṣojú méjì. Èdè kan. Ọdún tó fi. Malabosi ayé agbọ́. Péyàwó yìí ṣojú méjì. Malabosi ayé agbọ́. Péyàwó yìí ṣojú méjì. Ọdún tó sì yẹ̀wò. Ọdún tó sì lójú àtọ̀ tí ó. Kí bèbí come. Oh shit! Oh my God! We come out on Isha, but we have to stop it, guys. Man. Some people have sang some songs. I don't know about you, but I'm wondering, wow, honestly speaking, there are songs and there are songs, there are music and there are music. Okay, let's start today's show by asking if who was that musician finished playing. If the first person to guess right will get a game thing that we used to do back in the days back. Let's guess who can guess who full name of the person. Somebody said somebody said Aruna Shola. if you just tell me the first name or the last name, somebody, Alice Bajala, she said, Ayinla Omowura, ladies and gentlemen, that was the legendary Ayinla Omowura. That's actually Ayinla Omowura. A lot of people are saying Arun Oshola. They're not the same people, even though that's another to the lyrics of that song. You will hear what she was saying about how it is dangerous to have a beautiful woman. He's trying to tell us that if you have a beautiful woman that is running a beer parlor, you should be ready and be assured that men will share your wife with you. That's what that song is all about. And you're wondering, what has that got to do with it? Why do we bring that on board today? What are we talking about today? Today, we have come to talk about the best and worst places that one can find a life partner. Now, not just talking about a wife, because she told Facebook. Please, if you're on Facebook and you're struggling to get us, please, you might as well just switch to Instagram. So people, basically, what we have come to talk about today is about the best and worst places to find a life partner by asking us questions. And please, if you're just joining us for the first time today, this is ETO IGBEYAWO. Let's talk traditional weddings and more with Bumi the Royals. On this show, we talk about marriage, traditional weddings, and lifestyle generally. On board is talking about the partner. Now, let's first of all establish a fact. Does location or situation, or why would I even put it? Maybe I should speak it in Yoruba. I know some of us are on this that don't understand Yoruba. Where's the best place that somebody can actually find a wife or a husband? Maybe I should put it this way. Ṣé àwọn ibì kan wà tí èèyàn gbọdọ̀ ti báyàwó pàdé àbọ́kọ pàdé? There is a saying in Yoruba. They said ìyàwó tá a bá fijó fẹ́ ìran ló máa wò lọ. They said ìyàwó tá a bá fijó fẹ́ ìran ló máa wò lọ. I don't know how to interpret that in English. I want to crave the indulgence of the ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́ns on this show. Those who know how to speak correct English. I know them. There are plenty of this show. Tope Sikiru is here. Mommy Olukon is here. Mommy Adelogun is here. There's a lot of people here. If you can help me to interpret that. They said ìyàwó tá a bá fijó fẹ́ ìpè ìran ló máa wò lọ. Now we've thrown the question open. Are there places where we should not, having that adage in mind, how true is that adage? How true is that adage that says ìyàwó tá a bá fijó fẹ́ ìran ló máa wò lọ? How true is it? Is it actually true? Are there places where one cannot, you should not try to look for a life partner? Or are there places where one should not, or one should actually target that this is a best place to look for a life partner? I love what Mide says. It says love can be found anywhere. Dr. Cruz says anywhere. Mommy Joanna Olukon says, I don't think location matters per se. Okay. I like the clause that she put in it. By that adage, how true is that adage? Somebody said, in all situations, somebody said that adage is not very relatable in all situations. Okay, now the musician, the music that we listen to by the legendary, may he so continue to rest in peace, Alhaji Ayinla Omowura. He's talking about that if you find a wife in a beer parlor, so to speak, you should be aware that men will share your wife with you. I don't know how true that is. Is this true? Mommy Adelogun, God bless you, ma'am. We really do appreciate your support. She said, not everywhere. Love is everywhere. Sorry, love is everywhere, not about location. Okay. I can see somebody send me a request to be in the show. Alice Bajela. I'm trying to accept the request, but it's not going through. If you come out and then send it again, maybe that would help. It's not allowing me to accept the request. Okay, they said location is not a criteria for where one can actually find a life partner or not. Now let's look at things from this perspective. Let me look from the perspective of okay, I find somebody in a beer parlor, let me say for example, or in a club, let me say for example like that, does that automatically mean that that person would be wayward or will give me trouble as as a spouse? Finding places, for example, can I meet, okay, let me put it this way, can I meet a good person in a club? Can I go to a club or something and meet a good person there? People that come to club, are they Mommy Luyemi said no. Okay. I'm not sure which way um to actually put that. So mommy Joanna said yes. Okay, maybe the way I phrase the question is a little bit tricky. Is it possible to find a good person in places like clubs, like parties, like maybe like in Nigeria we used to have places called beer parlor or something like that? Is it possible to find a good person from that place, having in mind the adage that says ìyàwó tá a bá fijó fẹ́ irọ́ ló máa wò lọ? Can we find good people in some certain places like maybe like beer parlors, maybe like clubs, maybe like Mameli Yemi said no. So are you trying to say no, it is not possible? Elizabeth Bantefa says yes, it is possible. So does that mean that good people can actually go to clubs, good people can actually go to beer parlors? Mama Adelogun, thank you so much, ma'am. She said, I guess most people have gotten to that. He said, I guess in those days the song was relevant, but nowadays, Ọ̀làjú ti wà. Everyone goes clubbing or partying, male or female. Thank you so much, ma'am. You can to some extent. So, in other words, if I may understand what everybody is trying to say, because some of these things, some of these addicts, they've been around for some time, and we still go by it. We see kind of go by the rules of that, and people would always say, irọ́ o má dán wò, ìyàwó tá a bá fijó fẹ́ o, ìran ló máa wò lọ o. Mommy Alice Bachelor says you can find a good wife in a party, but not in beer parlor or clubbing. Mommy, thank you so much, ma. You see, I love Nigerian parents. They are very point blank and blank. Mommy, remember that you can actually call us on this show. You can leave us a voice note on +44 7828 500 938 +44 7828 500 938. On that note, you can leave us a message or call us straight away to tell us why you think that it is not possible to find a good wife in places like beer parlor or clubbing. Does that mean that every single person that attends places like that, or that visits, or that patronizes clubs or something, does that mean everybody is bad in that place? And also, I want to find out that, okay, if you say not everybody is bad in that place, does that mean that majority of the people that are in that place are bad? And if you think so, why do you think so? Does that mean that people that have ever found love in places like beer parlors, in places like clubs, does that mean that they are all going to end up in trouble? Somebody said some people you meet in church, I was going to come to that, can do worse, can do worse things in some, in some, in someone. Oh, I'm trying to read this. I think the light here is so bright. Some people that you meet in church can do so. Okay. From someone in beer parlor, they can do worse than someone in beer parlor. Tokosikiri says, what if the person in the club or beer parlor just went to see someone or even work there? Okay. It depends. I think what Tokosikiri is trying to say is it depends on the circumstance on which you see the person. It depends on why the person is there. I think that's what Tokosikiri are there to catch fun. Yes, thank you. These are people that go to the club are there to just catch fun. People are there to unwind. Okay. I actually like what Mommy Joanna Lucon said, that sometimes you find people, and I was going to come to that anyway. I was going to come to another question that says, obviously, there are some Nigerian adage or some Yoruba adage that are no longer relevant, so to speak. I think one of them is this, yeah, whatever fijo fair kind of stereotyping that the moment somebody you find is found in a club, that person is never ever going to be a good person. They are probably evil people. They are probably wayward. They are probably showers and everything. Yes, Mommy Jaroniko say not everyone that goes to club are wayward or lose women. We need to bear that in mind. However, it doesn't mean that we should now say, okay, on a Togbeawo, I heard them saying that people go to clubs for different reasons. It's not everybody that go to club that have gone there for wayward reasons. So because of that, you now say, okay, that's where I'm going to look for a wife. But I think what he's trying to say here is the fact that look, don't zero your mind and don't assume and don't stereotype. Yeah, that's what. That's what Midi had just said. Hey, MC Monite, our beautiful, gorgeous, amazing MC Monite is here. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you for joining us again. M1 event. Thank you so much for joining us again. Okay, for those that are just joining us, we're talking about typical places that one should never ever choose a life partner from, or places that you should target to choose a life partner from. Worst places to choose life partner from, best places to choose life partner from. Can good thing come out of Jerusalem or whatever they used to call that thing? There's a Yoruba adage that says that whatever fijo fe iranloma wo lo, and then there's another adage in Yoruba that says that Jakumo kì í rìn lọ́sàn-án, ọmọ abíire kì í rìn òru. Is that applicable nowadays? Especially in this part of the world. Back in the days, there's a saying that if you are good, if you're well trained, if you're from good home, you should not be found gallivanting about in the middle of the night. But is that applicable in this part of the world? All those things that people have given us, they've put in our brain, they've put in our mentality, can sometimes mislead. And that's why we're talking about this tonight. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you should not target the club to be where you will choose your life partner from. And I'm not encouraging that you should now purposely look at there has to be a good wife in religious places. Now, somebody was talking about church. Sometimes social media is good. I was going to come to social media, not just be careful, be careful of catfish. Yeah. I was going to come to social media. Now let's talk about the religious places. As I asked question that should one target a religious place as a religious center, maybe like mosque or church, as a good place, or does finding someone in church, does that automatically make you 100% sure that you're making a good choice? That's another thing I want us to talk about. Okay, I met him in church. He's a choir. She's an usher. She's this. Does that automatically mean that they're not going to be they're not going to cause trouble? Can any good comes from Nazareth? Yes, that's what I was looking for. Thank you, Mommy Look, you always rescue me. Can anything good come out of Nazareth? Yeah, there's this saying that, can anything good come out of Nazareth? How can you say you go to the club and you find someone? Even me, if I find my children saying that, oh, where did you meet this guy? They say me, I met him in a club. Number one, what are you doing in a club? For you as a good person to find somebody in a club, how whether because now find somebody in religious places like churches, mosque, does that make that person automatically a good person? Some sisters in church lack good character. Okay, meeting in church does not automatically qualify anyone. So much, ma'am. So just as we don't know now, in other words, what we are trying to say tonight is, do not stereotype. And stereotyping is not only just for the bad things. Sometimes you just assume that once you're in church, because I met her in church. You don't know what they're doing behind closed doors. Whatever it is that to differ from or assume Penitorini club is bad. The same thing with the Torini church. No, you cannot assume that they are good. Now, what about online? Let's talk about the online meeting. Is it okay? Let's first of all start that. Is it okay to meet someone online and start a relationship with that person? Is it okay? Does it make sense? Yeah, somebody said people go to religious places for different reasons. Thank you, ma'am. People actually target religious places, churches and wherever. They target those places actually to find spouses. Trust me, to find good girl. But I pray that whoever is doing that, just the reason you're come, maybe you've wasted your life, you've done all sort of things, and you now say, it's time to settle down. Let me go to church. Let me go to mosque. I'll find one good, decent girl there, and then when I marry the person, I will show the person my true color. If that is the reason somebody is coming to church, how would you know? I don't go, I will not go to club normally. It's not because it is bad, it's just that it's not my thing. Clubs are in the night. Me, I love my sleep more than that. So I won't go to club, but I've seen where I was invited. We had an event, and then the place that we're supposed to come to is just like a lounge or club type, as it were. I know that on that day, funny enough, I can never forget that day. Somebody that knew me, that I'm an ordained minister in church. Imagine the first person I would see like this was someone that is a member of my church. I know the first question she asked me, Dickiness, kill a Wandy. That kind of thing. Because people just believe that certain places are just not meant for certain people. And I was asking the person, what are you looking for here? It was so funny that day. And honestly speaking, I was just saying to the person, excuse me, the fact that this place is a public place and that does not mean that everybody that comes here come here for whatever. Hey, Bosti, thank you. Alaja Sumbo Alabi for joining us. God bless you. Looking stunning and classy as always. Thank you for all you do. Really appreciate you. Mommy Pamela Tiwa. God bless you. Let me read what Mommy Luke said. She said that the online is a bit scary. It will take the grace of God, especially when one impersonates with a different picture. Yes. Now, we've talked about meeting in religious places. We've talked about meeting in clubs and everything, the dangers in it, and the likelihood of meeting bad people in there, and also the likelihood of meeting good people in church, and likelihood of meeting. Now we're talking about online. Before we now come to Tio and Yola, thank you. It's been a while. God bless you for joining us. If you video chat or message communication on a daily basis, it is okay. Okay. Now we're talking about meeting online. Moluko said it's a little bit scary. It's a little bit dangerous to meet people online. Now, I want people to talk. What do you think? What do you think about meeting somebody's spouse online? What do you think about that idea? That, okay, this person I'm about to marry, I met them online, and then we started dating. What do you think? I mean, is there anything wrong actually in meeting people online? Sorry, my battery is low. Is there anything wrong in meeting? Oh dear. Sorry. See, this is what happens when you do everything by yourself. Sorry about that. I'm trying to charge one of the phones. Its battery is low. Please bear with me. I thought I charged it though. Well, obviously I did not. So I thought I did. So please bear with me. Let me just plug it. Devil is a liar. Leave me. So let's talk about this online thing. Please bear with me. Everything is scatter here. I think one of the cables is tangled, so please bear with me. I'm so sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Sorry about that. Can you see me? Yeah, okay. Now, we're talking about meeting online and what could possibly go wrong with meeting online. We've heard a lot of nice testimonies about people that met online. Can you hear me? Okay. Mommy John can say prayer is the master key, whichever way. Because the reason why I'm saying all of this thing is because Ayé ti lùjára, if you know what I mean. Ayé ti lùjára, things are now different from what it used to be. It's okay that one cannot afford to make a mistake, quite all right. Personally, I am not 100% sure. I can't say no and I can't say yes to that meeting online. I can't say yes and I can't say no to it, honestly speaking. I don't know how to feel about it, but we've heard a lot of testimonies of people that met online. In fact, in my book, I don't know how many of us have read my book, Seth. My book, The Evolution of Nigerian Traditional Wedding. I discussed a lot about online dating and how it has evolved over the years. We've got a lot of people that have met online and they are doing very well. I have a particular page, a whole lot of chapter where I discuss about it in my book, The Evolution of Nigerian Traditional Wedding. If you have not read it, it's on Amazon for $9.99. You can buy it. The Evolution of Nigerian Traditional Wedding. If you want to get one of these, or you can contact me after this show, and I'll post one to you. Now, in that place, we talked about the fact that whether we want to admit it or not, a lot of things happen online. People actually now acquire a degree online. People even do weddings online now. Hey, Lee updated. Thank you so much, Mamoni Akuwaju. God bless you, ma. We now see people that actually get wedded online. Whether we want to believe it or not, this online thing has come to stay. You know, it has come to stay, and it's going to be difficult for us to completely rule it out that people cannot meet online. But let's talk about what are the things that is likely to go wrong. What should somebody look out for? You know, when it comes to meeting online, what is likely to go on? There's a lot of scammers. There's a lot of scammers, obviously. Meeting people online. What are the things that one can actually do to avoid these scammers, to avoid getting in trouble? You know, to not, you know, because at the end of the day, my people will say, there has to be a face behind the online page or whatever. Hey, Ayalayo, thank you for joining us, sis. God bless you. Okay, can we please suggest on things that one should look out for? Because never say never. We've seen very beautiful, successful marriages that they met online. You know, they met online. Somebody says just a DM and that's it. The rest is history. They married and they are doing well. And we've seen people that met face to face in places like churches, in places like mosques, that the marriage did not work. Like Mommy Lucas said, it's all about prayer. It's all about being careful. It's all about checking. It's all about doing your homework. Somebody's talking to you online every time. I mean, I think one of the things that you should do is do your research on this person. There has to be people that will know them. You know, hey, Ayalayo, thank you so much. God bless you. So there has to be people that will know them. With the way you even look at them. If you're Tebani Fura, you can pick it straight away that some people are faceless online. They are faceless. I've seen where people will message me online and I look at their picture, flower look basically, or could be one funny, one funny there. With that, something should be able to tell you that something is off. There's something that is not right and stuff like that. And maybe at one point you have to say that, okay, let us meet. Let's meet face to face. And when you're meeting such people face to face, it shouldn't be about you alone. Or you meet in public places, not in a place where you now say, come and meet me in one place in Port Harcourt, but you are in Lagos. Or come and meet me somewhere in Nigeria, but it's dangerous. One should be able to find a place, a secure place to meet them, and then obviously do your homework. Nowadays, it's easy, except if you don't put your mind to it that you cannot do it. So meeting online is not a no, even though I'm not sure if I can do it. I don't have the boldness. I don't think I have that confidence to do meeting online. I don't think I have that confidence, but never say never, because I need to do Jara. Things can happen. Now, tonight, what we have been able to establish is the fact that there are no best places and there are no worst places to choose a partner from. The fact that one choose a partner from a club or beer club or whatever does not automatically, or you meet this person at a party, does not automatically mean that they will be bad. Now, there are things to look out for. For example, you find this person at an event, and the way you meet them also will determine, you have to look at what are they doing when you meet them, what was their I don't even know. Some people, if they're half naked. Some people, they are fully drunk, and somebody will just conclude with hey, definitely this one cannot be a good wife material or a good husband material. But as somebody has rightly said, in all of this, whether you're meeting the person in church, in fact, church is there's a lot of demon in church, trust me, and there's a lot of demons in mosque as well. So it's not an automatic guarantee that you will find somebody that is positive or that is good in churches or in, and it's not an automatic guarantee as well that you find a nasty person or a bad person also in public places like clubs, like in parties, like beer parlor, like Nigerians will call it. It is not an automatic. One thing that I just want to establish here is the word that Yawotara Fijofe Iroloma Wolo. Is it still relevant? Most likely yes, but not all the time. You know, we have to throw it open and make our mind open. Sometimes I've seen where even people that are actually preaching the gospel, they've messed up. But one thing that Mommy Lucon said that I will hold on to is to pray and trust God for your divine encounter or your divine arrangements or the way you're going to meet your spouse. We don't zero our mind and just assume that everybody that we meet in certain places are good, or everybody that we meet in certain places are also bad. Stereotyping is what has caused a lot of trouble, and that's what is still causing a lot of trouble till today. So people, let's get that at the back of our mind. And of course, obviously, the younger ones these days, they have all of our Lee updated. She said churches now are mental. This woman has come again. Oh. Lee updated. She said churches now are mental hospitals. Oh. Most people come for treatment, and some are not even responding to treatment after years of being treated. Lord have mercy. Hey, Chemostic official Alaga is here. Thank you so much for joining us. Sis. So, in other words, what we have been able to establish tonight is the fact that there are no, well, we can say to a higher percentage, maybe places like clubs, maybe places like beer parlor, maybe places like, I don't even know. Maybe those places are more likely to find more not so good people in that place, but it doesn't automatically mean that there are bad people there. Some people just, and then the fact that you come to church or you come to mosque to choose a spouse does not automatically guarantee that you'll find a good person there. Online as well, we've seen marriages that happen online. They just say, oh, she's been DM me, she sent me a DM, I sent me a DM, and I was ignoring it, and before I knew it, I just answered once, and that's it. And they are fine, they are doing very, very well. Mommy my Odile was laughing at what yes, it's true though. Nowadays churches, mosques are like mental hospital, and a lot of patients are actually not responding to treatment. God help us, be prayerful, let's watch out, let's know what we're doing, let's not be carried away, let us not be distracted by just some basic things that we see. Let's focus more on things that are more important than things that are less important. Let's pray. The most important one is let's pray that God will lead us. A lot of people have blocked their minds such that even when they are finding who they should find in some certain places, just because of the virtue of where that is coming from, we just say say no, and people they are missing it. They are losing their whatever in that. So we cannot 100% rule anywhere out, and we cannot 100% actually mark places. Now I want to tell a story about someone who actually came to church with the intention of getting a good bride, and there's another bride that came to church with the intention of getting a good husband, and luckily both of them met each other, and they started manifesting, and they started confessing to each other and saying, sure, we have a bad room, something like that. I came to church just because I wanted, and the woman was like, let me go, sorry, you know what I'm saying? I also came to church because I'm looking for it. Because they both came pretending, but fortunately, they both found each other. Not that they won't find an innocent one, I don't know. But unfortunately, nowadays, most people find innocent person that will fall into their hands. And one good thing again about people that are in public places like that is that you know them for who they are anyway from day one. But I'm just saying that we should not rule everything out. I've seen people that come to, like somebody said, I've seen people that come to the club to work. I've seen people that come to work. My husband not even used to. My husband owns a lounge. you know. And sometimes I'm there working, sometimes I'm there attending to people. I've seen people that come to, the first time I ever went to a club, so to speak, I went there as a guest of somebody was having a birthday, and it was happening in a place where it is like a club, like, you know. That's what I went to do, to honor the person's invitation to celebrate with the person on my birthday. And it was at night. I think we started at about 10. And the first person I would face to face was somebody who was a member of my church. And obviously, the first person she said to me was, "Ah, Dickiness, killing one B." I can never forget that day. It was so funny. I was not like, okay, I just asked her, I said, you're fine. I'm indignant. What are you looking at? Let me come and chill out me. Let me come and enjoy Haramini. But yeah, so who says that, I cannot come and enjoy it? So because there are certain things that we just feel that it is forbidden for certain group of people. I will not go to club ordinarily, but there are so many situations and circumstances that have taken me there. Sometimes I'm also, as the kind of job I do as well, will take me there. I'm an MC. Imagine somebody having an event and they decided to use a club and they hire me as an MC. I'll go and do my job. So a lot of things can bring somebody to the club. But like Moni said, we need to also pray and ask God for guidance. People can find good spouses online. Absolutely. It's not something that is not likely. And also one can actually find people that are not so good. Also on what's it called? Also on um, in churches and religious places. So well done, everybody. It's been an amazing, amazing evening. I want to go to this next one, which we normally do. I don't know if there's people are showing love. Thank you for showing love. People are actually clicking on the love button. Thank you so, so, so much. Mommy Eduyemi said, Dickiness to my age with godly swagger. Oh, shit. So, people, let's go to the Abalakini Kinshe, having established this fact, because some of these adages that we heard when we were growing up, we definitely need to know that some of them are no longer as relevant as they used to be. Well, not exactly all the time. Then there's also this adage that says, Jakumo Kinri Loson, Enabiro Kinroru. What about nurses on night shift? What about people that work in places like that? I used to have one of my husband's staff then. She's a very decent girl. She's an Oman bully, but she's there serving people because she was working there. So it could be anything. Now let's go to the Abalakini Kinshi. Please, if you can hear me, some people have been quiet on this show. I saw them pop in and I've not heard a word from them, which is very, very unusual. And also remember that the line is open. Our line is +447828500938, +447828500938. Please remember that you can call us. Remember that you can leave us a voice note. If you have an experience, or you see someone that knows an experience, or you have something that God bless you, Mama. We look on. If you have someone that have an experience in what we are talking about, sometimes when people share life experiences, it helps people to understand better. So if you're on this show and you can hear me and you know someone that had an experience and you want to leave a voice note or a word of advice or whatever, or you just want to even say, well done, Olotu, we're enjoying what you're doing, you want to encourage us, you want to say anything to us, remember that you can call us on +447828500938. I miss Mommy Badamosi so much when she used to call and say, hello, Comini, Chief Mrs. AI Badamosi, all the way from Lagos, and she would say, we like to gbóríyìn fún yín ni, all done for what you're doing. I really miss those days. So you can call us, you can also send us a voice note and say, hey, hello, and just say something. It will let me understand that you're there and you're encouraging us and you're supporting what you're doing. Now, let me talk about this Abalakinikinshi. I actually saw a post of a young lady that went to her in-laws' house. So I'm going to see if I can find the clip and I will play it. I hope I find the clip. God, please, so let me find this clip because I kept it somewhere. I hope I find it. If not, I will analyze it. I will use my mouth to explain it. But I hope I find it. I really hope I find it because it will make it easier for me. Oh dear. Okay, I can't seem to find it. Anyway, it's about a young lady that went to her parents in-laws. She went to her parents in-laws place for Beyawo party. Hey, Yahoo Baba, Yahoo Baba, Yahoo Baba. Thank you for joining us. That Pirufi is here. God bless you. Thank you for joining us. This lady, this young lady, I don't know what is wrong with this my phone. Modema keep clip kan ade diwa. Oh, Camilla, remember. Oh. I really want us to listen to that clip. This young lady went to her mother-in-law's place, and they were having a party or whatever, and the woman kept on saying, "Oh yeah, ìyàwó mi lọ fabọ́, ìyàwó mi lọ fọlẹ̀, ìyàwó mi lọ ṣègbà, ìyàwó mi go and carry the bucket to do this." Okay, I think I found it. Okay, let me.
wá bí ó di méjì bí lọ fi sínú náà yọ kí tó fi síbẹ̀ pé pẹ́lẹ́ má kù lé kú lọ́wọ́ o má kú o.
Can you hear?
ìyàwó lé kó ìsìnkà
Can you hear?
tó bẹ̀rí gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ṣe o. ó yá lọ tò sí ọkọ mi kú jẹ́.
Let me know if you can hear it.
ìyàwó mi ṣùgbọ́n kí yẹn lẹ̀ ó ti yẹn lẹ̀ nù. bá gbé asẹ́tọ̀ wà bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn wá wájú ẹ̀ yẹn bá gbé wá dáhùn. ó yẹ ká ti dé gbé báyìí. ó yá àwọn abọ́ ọ̀bẹ yẹn sáré fọ́ ọkọ mi.
Let me know if you can hear me. I'm not. Some people say they can't hear it clearly. Anyway, that's a scenario where somebody's mother-in-law, she went to the family house to go and help for, maybe they have an event, and then they kept on calling her, go and wash the dishes. As soon as she is almost done with the dishes, yeah, leave that, go and clear the table. And decided to be a good wife, a good housewife in Nigeria or in Yoruba. That's how you should do as a housewife. And at one point, the lady just got angry and poured water on the mother-in-law's face and be like, "What's your problem? I'm not even finished doing this. You asked me to do that. Well, fine. I can say that the lady goes to an extreme. But what do you think about situations like that? If you were that girl, would you have acted the way she acted? Would you have continued to do the? Somebody said, "Is she a housemaid?" This Nigerian thing, especially where I come from, I don't know much about other tribes, but in my tribe as well, there is this common thing about being a new wife. Maybe you marry somebody and the entire family expect that you should be able to run errand for them without complaining. What's your take about it? Somebody said, I saw the post, Solotu, very funny. I will do the same to that mother-in-law. Yes, I'm glad that some people saw the post. Now, talking about this thing on a more serious note, what would you do to a family you're about to marry into, and they believe that you should be able to do anything they ask you to do because you are Iyawole? They put the name Iyawole tag on you. They make you do chores, they make you run around, they make you do this, and you don't have the right to complain. Now, if you find yourself in that situation, okay, so most of us on this show are married. If your child goes out and come back to tell you that, look, mommy, when I went to see my fiancé today, this is what they were asking me to do. They were asking me to sweep, they were asking me to wash dishes, they were asking me to do this, they were asking me to do that, and they were telling me because you are Yawole, you shouldn't complain. What would you do? Let's talk. How would you advise such people? Because this thing is still happening, whether we want to believe it or not. It's still happening. And people believe that as a Yawoles, if you cannot run those errands, automatically they tag you as a bad wife to be. They tag you as a someone that has no home training. They tag you as somebody that is not qualified to marry their child. Let me read comments. Mommy Olukon says she should have talked to her husband. Okay, I love that. The husband should stand up for her, but I won't pour water. She should have left without a fight and leave the guy in question. Okay, I would have just played along, but expect my so-called fiancé to rescue me. There will be no next time. Thank you very much. A lot of people are saying a lot of things. Please, if you can hear me on this show, tell me, what would you have that person do? And then I want to also ask a question. Does it mean that because you're asking because somebody is about to marry your child or into your family, does that automatically turn them to someone that you can talk about, asking them to do stuff? All these things is too much, and it's very common in my tribe, especially when they expect that because you are a wife, you should kneel down for everybody, you should say yes ma to everybody. They even say that you should call people that you meet in the family, that maybe that because they've had a child before you came in. We talked about it about 2 years ago on this show. Does that automatically mean you should call everybody auntie, uncle, all those things? And this thing is always unto women, because when you experience stuff like this, what are the things that you're likely to do to the family? What are you like? How is that life family likely to be? A family that order you around. If without you are not even marrying their child, they are telling you, "Lọ pọnmi wá, lọ fọlẹ̀, lọ gbálẹ̀, lọ fọṣọ, gbé kìíní yẹn débi báyìí." And once you don't do it, they automatically tag you a bad person. And also, I want to ask as well, hey, Iroya Yode, oh, Iroya Yode. Thank you for joining us, Iroya Yo. God bless you. Does that automatically make the person a good person? People that will say, okay, mommy, money for work, yes, mommy. Money fashion, yes, mommy. Money for ballet, yes, mommy. You're doing it. Does that automatically make that person a good person? And I'm saying this on this show again. I've been saying it lately. Agbára Ọlọ́run gbogbo abiyamọ tó ń wò mí lénìí, ẹni tó bá ti ṣe fún ọmọ kò ní bàjẹ́. Ẹni tó ń gbàdúrà fún ọjọ́ báyìí, ọjọ́ ayọ̀ báyìí, ọjọ́ yẹn á dé bá wa láyà àtàlàfíà. And as many people that are on this show that are not married, by God's grace, you find your bone of bone and flesh of flesh. Me day especially, I use you as a point of contact. Òní ṣíléyà, òní ṣe ọkọ fẹ́ lórúkọ Jésù. Now we are the next generation of mothers and fathers in love. We are the next generations of groom's mom, bride's mom. This is our generation. We are the one. We are next in line, whether we like it or not. Anybody in university, we are next in line. Now, how would you treat your child's spouse to be? How will you treat your daughter-in-law? How would you treat them? Are you part of that person that believe me? Ìgbà tó dé, ó kàn kúnlẹ̀, kò tiẹ̀ kúnlẹ̀ dáadáa. You start taking offense. I'm not saying that we should approve of anybody or just anybody that our children bring home. What you complain about with your mother-in-law, hey, I don't even want to say some things on this show. Maybe because some of us experience this thing not so nice. I personally don't have a nice experience in that area, and I have passion. In fact, I wish I could have a foundation that would say Association of Iyawole Foundation. Where I will be fighting for Iyawoles. It shouldn't be. The fact that you are Iyawole does not automatically make you a slave. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you cannot help. You cannot come to a place and see your mother-in-law washing clothes and everything. But that's like, mommy, I just have funny. And nowadays, it's not even something that is so common. Now, talking about the spouses as well, let's raise our sons in a way that they'll be able to stand up for their wives. Don't let us tell our sons, forcing our sons to be mean to their spouses. We need to stop it, because if we did not enjoy them do it to us, why do we want to do it to our daughters-in-laws? Even some son-in-law are struggling and suffering in the hand of their mothers-in-law. Àwọn ìyá kan wà tó ń fi ara ní ọkọ ọmọ wọn náà ṣe mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. That's something pé gbà tí ọkọ ẹ̀ débi báyìí lánàá, bá mi rọ́kọ ẹ̀ wá ní mo ní kó wá gbé mi lọ sí Deptford. Jọba mi sọ fọ́kọ ẹ̀ tó bá ń bọ̀ kó bá mi yà ni. I know someone that does that. That would always tell the son-in-law, the daughter, to tell her husband, we all need to learn that, look, this generation is different from what we used to do back in the day. And there are some cultures that need to be abolished. This nonsense culture of the fact that needs to be abolished. It's a demonic culture. It's very bad. Let people live their lives, let them enjoy themselves. As a man, be bold enough to stand up for your spouse. Be bold enough to tell your family that me, and most of the time, people that do that in the family are usually the no home training ones. There are some families that have at least one person that is like that. Every family has one nasty auntie or uncle that is always making life miserable for newlyweds, or the wives to be. We have them in every family. As a spouse, even if you cannot fight your family member that is maltreating your spouse, you should be able to at least have a way of rescuing them. When you come back around that, like or something like that. It's not fair. Èèyàn lè kóhun fẹ́ lọ sílé àwọn èèyàn ọkọ ẹ̀ káyẹ̀ ẹ̀ máa já. Some of us had not so nice experience, and I don't even wish that for my worst enemy. I'm telling you. Let me read comments. Thank you everybody for commenting. Some people are saying amen to the prayer. Ọlọ́run á gbàdúrà wa, àwọn wa ò ní ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbé lórúkọ Jésù, àwọn wa ò ní ṣìyàn lágbára Ọlọ́run. Mommy Joan lórúkọ say the mother-in-law is digging her own grave. Yes, because some people will do it and make the mother-in-law pay later. That's another thing. I love that particular comment. You know, we forget that at one point, a máa darúgbó kújẹkújẹ o. Kò ní ságbára mọ́ o. Ó lè wá jẹ́ pọ́dọ̀ ọmọ yẹn, ọ̀dọ̀ ọkọ yẹn ló máa padà gbé lọ́jọ́ alẹ́ o. Ọmọ tó ṣe ṣégè mẹ́tàlá fún nígbà tí ó ṣì young. Tó o ní kó gbégbá kó gbàwó kó gbogbo bá tó fayé ní lára, wá ń gbé lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ ní ọjọ́ alẹ́. Tó bá rò gbé mú àmàlà fún ẹ, nobody will know. That's another very vital reason why we should be kind and nice to our children's spouses. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ká ṣìṣe. I love that comment. Thank you, Mama Luka. People said amen in Jesus' name. Mama, I just say amen. We have, let me read this one. Eluyemi said, we have to treat them just the way we will treat our own children. Yes, please. I will treat, what do I do? I have to read all the comments. I've missed that comment. I will treat them like a princess that they are. And when they come in, we will treat them like a queen. Thank you, Mama Luko. Àwọn yóò ní fẹ́ ọ̀tá yín olórúkọ Jésù. Àwọn ọmọ kan náà wà tán ya aṣa tó wọ́n lẹ́kọ̀ọ́lé. Tẹ́kọ̀ kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lè tọ́jú wọn tó wọ́n máa gbéṣe wọn ṣe. Irú wọn níyà lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ọmọ yín lórúkọ Jésù. Wọn dẹ̀ níyà lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ọmọ tèmi náà lágbára Ọlọ́run. Mommy Sumbostic Alaja Sumalabi, she says, just mother-in-law and sister-in-law too. Lovely sister. Not just mothers-in-law. Yes, all those sister-in-law. Some sister-in-law are worse. As in my own case, I think my case was a case of a sister-in-law, not even a mother-in-law. So I can understand. Louder, they need to hear. Mide onishileya lórúkọ Jésù onígbégunlégun. Somebody said àwọn ará oko ni o. No necessarily ma. Some people in this ìlú òyìnbó that are showing their family pro max. Ìyàwó ilé that did not have something value to do will always be tossed around. That's another thing anyway. But some people will still find way. Shame me, I cannot say that I don't have something to do, but I experienced it. I'm telling you, I experienced it. Sometimes it's just from difficult family. You cannot help yourself, you know. But sometimes it depends on the man as well. Stand up for your wife. Chemostic says, whatever you sow, you shall reap. Benny, whatever you sow, you shall reap. Yeah. Let us treat people exactly how we want to be. That's coming from AJ Beauty. Thank you so much, ma'am. Big amen. I will be sending Olokpo to them and then dress nice and walk majestically to the family function. That's how we should be nowadays. That's why we now have Ololo sister-in-laws. Yes, that's why we now have Olopos. You know, personally, we can do that, you know, but not so many people can afford that. What about in a situation where you cannot afford to hire an Olopo? You know, even if you're going to do it, let them make it easy for people. I saw an instance where a mother-in-law was asking a daughter-in-law to prepare meal for them using atalowo, and the daughter, the sister to the man was saying, "Mommy, this is a real life thing that I saw." And the lady said, the sister-in-law said, "Mommy, anything. I'm always very weak. Why would you ask another person's daughter to be using her hand to grab?" The mother said, the woman said, "No, it was the sister-in-law that fought for that lady that day. The mother-in-law wanted that lady to imagine that kind of thing. And this is a woman that will never allow anything to touch her own daughters. You know, sometimes we have people that will fight for us, but most importantly, I don't know who is watching on this show that is a man. Please fight for your women. Because looking at you straight, thinking, family now, rescue me now, and you're looking at them, or you're saying, well, kilo and be, it's culture, but we're not kilo and be. It is wrong. You know, there's a lot of things that could be wrong with it. That woman can never ever love that family, you know. No, it's not olden days, ma. It's not olden days. It's not olden days. And in fact, the mother-in-law lives here. They just travel home, and then it's a long story. I don't want to say too much because some people that know the story might be saying this. It's not a long. It's not long. Also, go on fair why? You just want to torture the lady. Kilo she. Somebody said I bought tickets. I went to Nigeria and still telling I didn't join. Yeah, that one I've seen it. They say you did not join the cook. So back away you bello. I know someone on this show that the auntie-in-law was actually telling her, you boy tiwa. I actually know someone on this show that the auntie was telling her to tawedu, o to tawedu, o ya sheba, o to sheba. Wọ́n tún pariwo lé lójú gbogbo èrò because the one lọ sílé ọdún. Understand? Some people don't care whether you're busy or not, or you're well to do or not. They just want to humiliate you. And I think it was in this case, it was the husband that came to rescue the woman on the day, if I can remember. People, the one that is more important to us, I will close on this note because time is fast spent. Like Reverend Felix Funke Adejimo said, he said there are 3 stages to our lives. The first stage is when our children are still small, when we are in charge. When we tell them sit down, and they will sit down. Get up, they will get up. This is what you're eating. This is what you're not eating, and they will obey. She said the second stage of life is when you now have no control over them. You just call them and say, hey, hello, Annie, where are you? Mommy, I'm in Spain. Spain, if I was Spain. You didn't tell me you're going to Spain. Mom, I just quickly came to Spain. I'm going from there to Italy. You don't have control over their life anymore. He said the worst time is when they are now in control of you. When you are old and vulnerable. When you can no longer help yourself. When you can no longer do anything by yourself. When you want to eat, you will say, mommy, mommy, and jade, I'm at tilekun because I have no jade sita. That is when we are old. How would your children treat you that time? How will your children's spouse treat you? I know someone that said, I will forever look after my mother-in-law. Even kuya yeko ma dina pin, ma tọ́jú ẹ̀ nítorí pé kíni màmá yìí dá sí mi nígbà tí mo kéré. Ẹ jẹ́ ká rọjọ́ ọ̀la o, ìnílárí ọba òkè ló mọ̀la. Let's treat people well. Even not just our siblings, not just our sisters-in-law or brothers-in-law. Let's look after people. It's so important. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe máa ń sọ ní ọ̀sẹ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ wípé ó máa ń múni ká jẹran pẹ́lẹ́ ni. Àmọ́ òǹfààní fún yìí náà ṣáá ni kì í gbà fún wa. Àmọ́ tó bẹ́ẹ̀ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, Yorùbá náà ló pòwe o, tán ní kì í dùn kó pọ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kì í pọ̀ kó dùn. Wọ́n ní ṣókí báyìí òun lọ́bẹ̀ oge. A ò ní rí jù báyìí lọ lórí ètò yìí. Lórí ètò wa ètò yín, ètò ìgbéyàwó lénìí. Èmi Olúwabùnmi aya Òṣìbẹ̀rù ni mo tún wá ń dágbére fún yín wípé lílọ ni mo tuntun ti ń lọ yìí. Ogun lọ kò dé kò ní bá mi. Ogun dé kò bá wọn kò wá ní dé bá yín o. Ayọ̀, ìdùnnú, àlàáfíà tí mo fẹ́ fi yín sílẹ̀ ní òun náà ni máa padà wá bá yín lọ́lá lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba. Mo wá fàsìkò yìí gbà ní àdúrà wípé láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Mo ní láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Ẹ̀yin ò ní forígun, èmi ò ní fẹsẹ̀ kọ o. Mọ́sọ̀yọ̀ ohun ká lè wọ̀ kò ní forí sọ̀gì o. Láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé. Láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to see you next week by the special grace of God. God bless you. Thank you. Bye. Thank you. One nice topic as usual. God bless you. Traditional wedding. Gbogbo olólùfẹ́ rẹ̀ mú etí rẹ̀ kiri. Traditional wedding. Ẹ̀bùn lóríṣiríṣi wedding giveaway. Traditional wedding. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó bọ̀ ní lọ́gbọ̀n. Traditional wedding. Let's go. Ètò traditional wedding ló lọ lọ́wọ́. Ó yá jíjẹ. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó bọ̀ ní lọ́gbọ̀n. Traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram. Every Tuesday on Facebook.
Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún mi lóye. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún mi lóye.
Let's talk traditional wedding. Thank you so much, everybody. See you next week by the special grace of God. God bless you. Bye.